The majority of students are honest and the work that they submit will be plagiarism free. However, sometimes you will come across academic misconduct cases, and Turnitin is particularly useful to help identify plagiarism. Now, hopefully you won't see an inbox as bad as this. These are probably duplicate submissions, but let's say you've got 100% match which is sticking out from the rest of the assignment inbox. You can have a look at that one. It probably just is a duplicate submission, but you can take a look. We come in here and we click the 100. You'll see there's a match there, submitted to University of York. So it could be another student's paper, or it could be that it's matching to itself. Now, if it's 100%, that means it's a complete match. So the telltale sign here is that it's got the examination number on it. I expect if a student had used another student's piece of work, they probably would change the exam number, so it would be less than 100%. So if you have a look and you think it's a duplicate submission, you can check with the administrator and they can sort it out. However, if you're sure it's a duplicate submission, you can certainly apply a filter to this to remove this match. So click the arrow there. We will see all the matches to University of York. Go to exclude sources. Check that top box there and exclude. And we find that the percentage match comes down to 20%. If we come here, we can see this was the original paper we were looking at. There, it ends in 382. If we refresh that, the paper has now gone down to 20%. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's plagiarism free. So let's analyze this report. So check the 20%. And then we can scroll down to have a look. Now, before you even have a look, you might want to have a look at the match overview there. And we see this paper, we've got 9% match there and 4%. And also Wikipedia at 2%. So that might indicate that there may be some problems in this paper. As we come down, the first one is the start of a quote, the famous phrase, "Please sir, I want some more." So this is about Oliver Twist. Coming down here, we've got number 1 there. This is a match to this website over here. So if we click on that, we'll see that this comes up. Now 9% is matched to this. That is not a quote. So actually what we might find is that there may be some problems in this paper. So continue to explore down the list of matches. Another match to number 1 of text. And here we see another problem here. There is a footnote there and that has been quoted. However, there's a lot of text in here which has been copied from this website here. So that could be a problem. So if we continue scrolling down, there's another source here, 4% match, and this actually is matching text which has not been quoted or cited either. So this paper did lead to an academic misconduct case. If you do detect plagiarism, then the best thing to do is to collect the evidence of that and write your report, and there will be guidance on how to initiate academic misconduct proceedings in your department on the VLE site. Here we have one final example of a particularly bad case of plagiarism. Now this one has a 37% match, and in terms of the class overview, this one would stick out from the other matches which were between 15 and 25%, for example. So 37%, if it's an outlier within the class, you should certainly take a look. And this one already we can see we have an 11% match there, 8% match, 5% match. So they're indicators that there could be a problem. And as we scroll down further through the paper, we can start to see that there are a few matches here. It starts off quite innocently enough, but here this essay intends to explore some Very similar language, so that's to source number 1 of 11%. And then here we start to see some more significant problems here. On first reading Goblin Market, prestigious Victorian critic John Ruskin, we can see all of this is copied, including the quotes there, and that is referenced. So as you're going through this paper, you can see some significant issues there. Another footnote, another quote, but this is copied from the second text. And coming down again, another quote, this time in double quotation marks. The previous examples were in single quotation marks. So there's some significant problems in this paper. And one I'd particularly like to point out, which is this example here. So pretty much this entire sentence here has been copied. There is the quotation marks there around this phrase, fallen women. However, the whole sentence has been matched. There is a reference, but there is no quote here. This is very problematic, especially considering this is, again, text number 1. So 11% of this whole paper is matching to that one text, which indicates the students probably not taken the time on the assignment, has found one essay similar to the essay title, and then adapted that information. So lots of copying over there. And actually, we can click on the text there, and we can either go to the website, or we can click on the full source text, and we can see the original essay which the students read. And at the beginning here of this, actually, we can see that it's matching quite a lot to the beginning of the text, just picking out bits and pieces there, which is very problematic. And there was actually a plagiarism case involving this paper.